next we'll have Jazmine Wells from Safe and Just Michigan. And as you all are coming up, we're going to go back to do the roll call. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Chair Chang.
Here.
Senator Schenk. Senator Voino. Senator Irwin. Here. Senator Santana. Here. Senator Runstead. Senator Johnson. Madam Chair, you have 4 members present. There is a quorum.
And I'll entertain a motion to adopt the committee minutes from the March 14th, 2024 meeting. Motion made by Senator Irwin. Without objection, the minutes are adopted. All right. John and Jazmine, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us. I'm John Cooper. I'm the Executive Director of Safe and Just Michigan. This is my colleague Jazmine, who's our Policy Advocacy Manager. We are happy to testify in support of SB 599. We worked on the original 2019 law as well as several of its predecessors, which were sponsored by a string of House Republicans, I think starting with Joe Haveman, who's also here, but then Al Scholkel and Dave Pagel. We, like others, were disappointed that we haven't been able to get more people out through this process, and we want to fix that. We think SB 59 is a really good step forward. I think there's other things we should be working on with respect to the aging prison population, the opportunity to address life and long sentences, but with respect to the medically frail population, this is a really good next step. And I want to turn it over to Jazmine to talk a little bit about why.
So as a few people have mentioned, SB 599, if utilized properly, will allow MDOC to transition both the responsibility of care for medically frail people to outside medical professionals and transition the cost of care from Michigan's general fund to Medicaid, Medicare, or private insurance. This savings could allow MDOC to invest in in-prison programming, vocational training, and reentry and support services. It could also help to alleviate current staffing concerns for healthcare staff and correctional staffing. SB 599 could provide better placement options for medically frail individuals. Prisons are not designed to house or treat medically vulnerable people, many of which often have complex and resource-intensive medical conditions. And the care of medically frail people is better placed in the hands of medical professionals or in medical settings that are better designed to meet the needs of medically frail individuals. Medically frail people, by definition, are terminally ill and or mentally ill and or physically incapacitated, and they do not pose a threat to the public due to their medical conditions. MDOC will have the discretion to determine who's eligible for parole and can mitigate concerns about a person's mobility by authorizing the use of a tether or other conditions of release if necessary. The problem will only get worse if not addressed. The overall costs for older incarcerated people are approximately 3 times as high as younger incarcerated people. And based on MDOC's 2021 statistical report, by year 2026, 1 in 5 people in MDOC custody will be age 55 or older. Older incarcerated people tend to have higher rates of disability than younger incarcerated people, and we have more information on page 3 of our written testimony. To conclude, SB 599 makes important changes to the original medically frail parole statute, promotes better placement options for medically frail incarcerated people, lowers costs, and does not raise public safety concerns, and appropriately addresses the problem of the growing aging prison population. Thank you.
Thank you both for your testimony. Any questions from committee members? All right, thank you. Up next on Zoom, we have Dr. Joy Obayemi.